Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let us begin in episode 3. I put this game off a lot, mostly because I've been doing other things, but let's see how much I can get done.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Oh, sounds like we got big things coming up.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
That was a very interesting carriage they rode in. I normally see carriages that look like they're 4 people, facing each other. But just the 2 half carriage? Interesting. 18th February, 9:21 a.m. The British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. What are we doing here? What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. I mean, yeah, look at those giant gears moving. It looks like we're in a clock. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, but they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the world, wood and paper most of the buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. I think there's more to the difference than just the construction materials. I mean, it's very complicated looking. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice Office, Naruto-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So would have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the student tour, a study tour. Yes, which means you need to requisite qualifications as a lawyer, which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we will be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to the scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. That is quite a long... He's so time-oriented, though, and yet he's saying he's late. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Mael Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of British Empire. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruto, don't be a mouse. It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruto from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruto, welcome to London, the capital of the glorious British Empire. Yes, thank you. Oh, I wonder how he's gonna take the news. Let's talk for a moment. Talk about London, and then we'll ease you into the bad news. So what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Hell, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, is it not, Naruto-san? Oh. We had a wonderful view of some of the London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water, and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Sato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we will be hosting here in London. The Great Exhibition. Cultural and technology achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history and will make Paris' World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can't hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. How many birds are behind that every time he does that? Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on the great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Alright, time to bring the bad news. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. British Empire has already been telegraphed a full report of the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it is true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruto here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruto, this is it then. The moment of truth. Okay, continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me, Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going to go well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say this to this man. Mr. Naruto, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Actually, there's no one else. No. It's me! It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in courts before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment of my journey here to Great Britain studying. I learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Beret. I mean, once we are in the actual court, all that's just gonna fly out of our head. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. Become a qualified lawyer here in Britain. Not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short of a period of time, but I can't just go to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion for myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any tests you care to set me? Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please! 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruto, was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks! Well, good, we got on his good side, right? So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? Well, let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes! You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specifically certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Ooh, here's the test now. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruto, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So let's have you defend someone. Huh? Ooh, a trial by fire. Your timing is perfect. In fact, there's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet. So this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? Ugh, how do I get myself into these situations? I would be stressed the F out. Well, I could ask, what sort of trial is it, Miss Lord Strongheart? Well, yes. Good question. Ah, I remember. It's a murder trial. Oh, that's our specialty. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say, but I should mention just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. You would be toying with a man's life. I'm the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruto, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Osogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly, and I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I'll do it! I mean, I have to say yes, right? Alright then, if I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it is as suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Oh my gosh. Was I supposed to say no? Go and acquire your ticket passage back to the east tomorrow. The conversation's over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruto? I'm sorry, Mr. Sato. What do we do now? Sorry, I don't understand. You do? Not easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, but resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Susato means is that no matter how badly I like to recognize as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, a particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Really? Wait, Mr. Naruto. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense, and if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful, but that's the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please, don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope. So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into the great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruto, we must leave at once. Okay, let's just leave. I don't know why we have an option, but sure, we'll just leave now. Looks like we made it. 18th February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, thank goodness, we're in the same time. We're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. What? It's one of my favorite lines from Sherlock Holmes stories, and it worked perfectly fine. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and if we had to pay for gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. Okay, that's a troubling sign. No, this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court of Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. But yeah, it's nice not having to defend my own case again. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this time. Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Oh, what an interesting character. What are you doing? Following me here? Things are fair desperate, aren't they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yes? Yes, we're from Japan. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so have I. So I have. So place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Ah, 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? It is nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see? I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. A very rich guy apparently can't afford a lawyer? Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it yet new strings attached. I'll be waiting you to do something for me. Oh. Be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me, good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'll be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, I mean, that's exactly what we came here for. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start with me having some kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have asked, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blister and blazes, do you see? Do you not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see? I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there in the center of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? This is called McGilded Park, full of blossomed flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its choir of old people. Oh, he's kind of hard to read his lines. It's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now they've the gal to say I'm a no-good nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with this London police, I ask ya? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruto. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. You still out of breath. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on the study tour from Japan, you see? So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'll be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you deaf idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up for me there, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering just to stand up there next to you. But now he's calmed down. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer? I mean, that's exactly what I was asking. Because he did it! That's the only explanation. Well... Exactly? Sure, let's just agree with you. Yes, exactly. What now? Well, like you said, if you have all the money, but you don't have exactly someone representing you in court, there's no other logical conclusion that you're guilty of the charges. Oh, is that what we're saying? Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Well, you call a spade and east, so you do. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see? And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so... Is that so? Because you sound fluent enough, you were telling me what a blackguard I must be. I'm terribly sorry. I can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella. It is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Did someone kill his lawyer? Hey, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baron von Zeeks. He's the prosecutioner. Oh, he's the prosecutioner. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Zeke stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in my defense against the fella at all. You say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Baron von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutioner then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. And his counsel, that would be me. Oh, it's his time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. I made up my mind, so I has. Sorry. I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. Hope that would have worked. But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you say? It is no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. Oh, this is it. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Very noble indeed. Very interesting character. Mr. Naruto, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom and armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late to the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. Alright. It's happening then. My first trial in the British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma, because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Well, what an interesting turn of circumstance. Can we save now? No, not yet. Alright guys, this is where we're going to be picking off in the next part, the Old Bailey courtroom. So, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you guys are interested in the game, there should be links to it in the description below. So until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.